Welcome back to Inside Games Daily, the only gaming news show brave enough to report that Twitch has decided the best way to get streamers to agree to AI training is to simply not ask them.
Yeah, Twitch has a pretty straightforward explanation for why streamers' content is being used to train generative AI models by default. And that is, if they ask first, nobody would say yes. So that makes sense in an evil way.
Yeah, that's true. Twitch Chief Product Officer Mike Minton made the extremely blunt admission during an official Patch Notes stream Wednesday as users asked about his company's decision to make AI training opt out rather than opt in.
And Minton said in response, if it was opt in, nobody would opt in. Which, Mike, that should really tell you something.
I'll get to my thoughts about this at the end of the show, but I know Mike relatively well. Mike and I have talked at length, so it's really interesting to hear him say that. Twitch recently added a setting allowing users to opt out of having their channel content used to train generative AI models across Amazon, because remember, Amazon owns Twitch. But unless users manually change that setting, they are already opted in. So right now, you are already opted in unless you change the setting.
All right, so let's give you some news you can use right now. Here's how to opt out. You got to go into your Twitch security settings, turn off the option labeled training for generative AI. Pretty straightforward.
Just so you know, by the way, that's not in the streamer dashboard or whatever. This is just on your profile. If you just go to Twitch and you have your little profile in the top right, click that, go to settings, you'll find it in there. The setting also covers a lot of the stuff streamers produce on the platform, which would be used to train generative AI.
Yeah, Twitch says that when users allow training, their content may be used for future generative AI model improvements.
What does that mean exactly? As I don't really even know. As one example, Twitch says a streamer's audio could help refine models that create speech to text, improving captions on Twitch and elsewhere across Amazon. Well, that seems so helpful, Brian.
It's lovely. Just why wouldn't you want to opt into that? But if you're one of those people who decides to opt out, Twitch says your streams, VODs, clips, streams, chats, and pictures and text on your channels won't be used in future training of an Amazon model designed to generate or synthesize text, audio, images, or video. So there you go.
There are a few caveats in there too. There are still some AI systems Twitch will use even if a streamer opts out. AutoMod will continue to be used to help moderate the community, that is like the chat, and Twitch will continue automatically generating captions, which they're right about 80% of the time.
Yeah, they say that those systems don't retain users' content to train a model capable of generating new content.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that for a second. When a company says they're not retaining the data, no, they're retaining the data or they're selling it, or both. Yeah. The backlash over this AI setting, this generative AI setting, wasn't exactly difficult to predict, but Minton's explanation for why Twitch didn't make it opt-in was, like we said, unusually candid. And I've known Mike for a while. He is that way.
Yeah, and props to that.
Yeah.
Minton did say the setting would remain on by default. He also argued that almost every content service in the world operates that way. He said Twitch's approach was different because it allowed users to opt out of the model training. So there you go.
Sure. The excuse everybody else is doing it is not an excuse, it turns out. It's also worth noting that Twitch isn't announcing that it has suddenly started using streamers' content for AI training. Wednesday's announcement was about giving users the ability to opt out. So it may have already been happening.
Yeah, who knows? Twitch has previously acknowledged that Amazon was using Twitch in connection with AI training. So it's been going on, it sounds like.
Yeah. During a 2024 Creator Economy Summit, Minton said that Twitch had a role to play in training AI models, although he described the work at the time as being done, quote, in a prototyping, not in any kind of production scale capacity.
And while Twitch is dealing with questions about what happens to streamers' content and what they're doing with it, another company is facing its own controversy over the use of AI.
Yeah, that's right. Saber Interactive has denied claims from former lead writer Stella Sacco that she was removed from the upcoming driving game Rideshare Simulator and replaced with Chat GPT.
The bane of all writers. Yeah, Sacco recently said she was the lead writer on the game and that Saber, quote, replaced me with ChatGPT midway through development. Ouch. She also claimed that the game's passenger voices were AI generated.
That's actually pretty common. I play a lot of new games, especially the simulator games, and a lot of them have AI generated voices, but they don't necessarily say that. Saber denied replacing writers with AI, saying its writing staff has tripled since 2023, and that Rideshare Simulator story was written entirely by real people.
They did acknowledge that the game uses AI in an experimental free ride mode where it says the number of passengers is effectively infinite. Saber says it believes AI tools can improve gameplay experiences and NPC behavior.
The game's Steam page currently doesn't include a generative AI disclosure. This is, again, very common when probably it should. Although Saber CEO Matthew Karch said the page would be updated once the game's feature set is finalized. All right, whatever.
We will update it now that you guys found out, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Karch and Sacco have continued to dispute what happened. Karch said Sacco was replaced by someone more talented and terminated for a variety of reasons. Ouch.
Oh boy, geez. Karch also said in retrospect he would have been happy to replace her with AI. Jeez. Saying it would mean dealing with someone programmed to be honest. Gosh, taking shots at each other through the media? What the hell?
Yikes. Sacco responded by saying everything I said was true and accused Karch of lashing out because he did not want people to know that there was AI use in the game.
You know what? I'm inclined to believe Sacco here. I'm not inclined to believe the CEO, unfortunately. Oh, man. Yeah. So getting back to the Twitch story with AI, because obviously AI is currently a bane on all of our existences. That Twitch story is really interesting because Mike was very, very honest about the fact that he was like, nobody would opt in. I've been reading a lot of theories about Twitch. Zach Bussey is a guy I follow on Twitter, and he's great. He does a lot of research on Twitch and kind of all the feature sets they keep adding that nobody wants. And this was one of them. And Zach was supposing that Twitch actually probably fought Amazon for an opt-in switch. Amazon was just going to say, no, it all gets opted in. Everybody has to train our generative AI model. And Twitch maybe fought them on it. And that's why we got the switch. So it feels like maybe Mike was pushing back on Amazon here, just through his quote. So like, you know, I'm not going to say we should be grateful, but it's one of those things that I think you're probably right. I'm sure that they knew that nobody would want this. Twitch and a lot of its viewers are enthusiasts, meaning they know that AI sucks and that nobody wants to train AI with their streams or their chats or literally everything else. So they knew that this was going to be a big deal, and it is a big deal. And it's yet another thing that Twitch has added that number one is powered by AI, because they've recently been doing that. In the last few months, they've added a bunch of stuff that is clearly powered by AI and broken and shitty. So then this is sort of the icing on the cake for that. So I would encourage all of you to opt out as fast as you possibly can. But I'm sure that a lot of us have already been used, because I stream on Twitch every single day. A lot of our content's already been used to train generative AI.
Yeah, and if that's true, I do give Mike credit if he pushed back and said, hey, at least give us an opt-out mechanism, because I'm sure that this decision was far above his pay grade in the company. Whoever, decided, this might have been Jeff Bezos making this decision or whoever. I think what really bums me out about AI, and this has happened since the beginning of sort of the modern, last few years, is that they just did whatever they wanted and didn't ask permission for anybody. And news organizations are suing OpenAI for all the scraping they did back in the day and just, tried to vacuum up basically every bit of info from the internet that they could. I know I've had my writings used in it, comedy, you name it. And I think that people even putting your hatred of AI aside, which I totally get, but yeah, just taking without asking permission so you can make $1 bazillion and, you know, basically take over 1/7 of the stock market or whatever with your AI. I think that's just obviously is going to rub people the wrong way. And yeah, I mean, I hear what he's saying, and I hope that he is fighting the good fight. And yeah, I mean, geez, all we can do right now, like you said, is turn off the setting, opt out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, Brian. I don't really know that there's anything else. Like, they've forced it on all of us through all of these platforms, on, you know, Meta, Instagram, Facebook. Like, it's all there. X, it's all where all of our shit is being trained for their stupid model. And you're absolutely right. Again, there should have been 1 billion lawsuits that popped up, and nobody knew that they were doing this for years. They were training those models until it was too late, and then everyone went, wait a minute, that's my writing in Chat GPT. So like, it's just really disgusting and gross. And we report on AI a lot now on Inside Games, and I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of talking about it. I just wish, it's just like, they're all doing it in service of money. It's not to help anyone. Don't ever fool yourself into thinking AI is helping you do something. They're stealing your data. They're selling it. They're retaining it. They're doing all the things they say they're not doing. So just be aware. And it's just, man, it just feels fucking icky.
Yeah, I just want to write and talk about games written by and made by real people. It's like I read this. I wish I could credit. Somebody posted, I feel more pressure to use AI than I did crack cocaine as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And it really does just feel like we're just as a society being told, nope, you're going to use this. And so, yeah, of course, like, people are mad about data centers. People are mad about AI. It's like, nobody wanted this. And it does, you just feel powerless, but you're not. Get together with your friends. Solidarity.
Yeah, that's right. All these $1 trillion companies, they want to make another nickel off of us. Like they need another nickel. Like, fuck off. Jeez. Thank you very much for watching Inside Games Daily. We appreciate all the support. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube if you haven't already, because we post videos pretty much every single day, sometimes multiple videos a day. We also have a Patreon that allows us to post a bunch of videos, multiple videos a day. So please support the Patreon if you can. We post all of our content there for free. In addition to Lawrence, who's not here, but Lawrence usually posts memes as well. He loves memes. He loves posting his free memes over on the Patreon. So support us on Patreon, support us on YouTube, and thank you very much for watching Inside Games.